3 a.m. in the morning. I'm sitting all
That's hit to
alone.
right field. Long run for Pilar. And Pilar all out into foul territory to make the play.
3 a.m. in the morning.
Bogarts with a drive out to right field. Judge is back on it, and that one's gone.
Against all odds. Here's a high fly ball driven deep to right. Verdugo back to the pen. Leaps up. He caught it. He caught the ball. He took it back.
And I will keep on waiting for a better day.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pesky Pole Podcast, episode 91. How you guys doing today? We're recording on a Monday night, right after the Red Sox just got their asses handed to them. We'll talk about that a little bit because, oh God, it was a game that I listened to about the first 3 innings and then I quit. But joining me today, we have somebody I don't think has ever been on the show. I don't think I've had you yet on the show, Boswki. But one of the hosts of the Sunday League podcast, Boswki, introduce yourself to the people.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Ralph, but I go by Boswki on a Sunday League the podcast. It's a pleasure to be here. Go check out the show if you'd like. We talk everything baseball, local Sunday League to our area in Southern California, all the way up to fantasy ball and Major League Baseball. So the lifestyle in general. So pleasure to be on the show, Rob. I got the invite. I got excited. Talk Red Sox. It's I also got another podcast. It's Soxy Time. Straight Red Sox.
Exactly. And I was just about to say, even for the people who are watching on YouTube, you could see in the background, this man is kitted up with a Red Sox memorabilia. What's your favorite thing on that wall? I got to ask.
Dude, I got, honestly, you can kind of see like right above my head right here. It's a frame. It's an old Sports Illustrated cover of Nomar Garciaparra. I got it framed up, yeah.
Wow, I gotta get me some memorabilia. I'm getting out of this apartment soon. 1 year kind of lease on first time moving out of home. So,
well, if you're moving on up, man, it's always a good thing.
Exactly, and I can't wait to get out of this apartment. This apartment sucks, but whatever. We'll get past that. We'll start talking about. First, let's talk about the game tonight. The Red Sox have been hot. And they apparently thought it was a great time to let the kid get a start. First ever career start for Connor Seabold, who, for people who don't know, we got him in the Brandon Workman trade from the Phillies. It was Nick Pivetta and Connor Seabold. And at the time, I'm on record saying this trade was good only because we got Connor Seabold. I did not believe in Nick Pivetta. I believed solely in Connor Seabold. So seeing him finally make it to the bigs is great. Seeing the results, not so much. Boswki, what do you think of tonight's game?
Well, he lost 7-2, of course. Not fun. But the Blue Jays are no slouch. They never have been. It's always going to be a challenge knowing that we're going to start a series in Toronto, even when they're in Fenway. It's always tough, but I kind of in my head have a series win, two out of 3. And going into the series, I felt a little sketchy about Connor Seabold, especially because they had to call him up with Tanner Houck and Jaron Duran. They couldn't make the trip to Canada due to their COVID regulations and unvaccination things. But sure enough, they lost today 7-2, and kind of as expected, the start as expected for Connor Seabold. But hopefully tomorrow we can regroup with is it Nick Pivetta? No, Michael Wacha's on the mound tomorrow.
I believe Milwaukee's on the mound.
Yeah.
But I do have to say, I don't really consider this expected. Like I'd expect that he'd come in and not pitch a shutout game. But still, we left him in for almost 5 innings to give up 7 earned. He had 7 strikeouts, though. But still, 7 earned over 9 hits. I don't know why we just didn't keep him either to 3 innings and just let it be a reliever game, or You know?
Yeah, I think he went 4 2/3. He gave up 9 hits and 3 bombs. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
one to Guerrero, one to Springer, and I think I missed the third home run.
And the bats today for us were just cold. Like the
Oh
only
yeah,
ones,
definitely.
only people that kind of showed up were Verdugo, who had 2 hits and a run scored. Um, I mean, Xander had a walk and a hit. Vasquez had 2. Bobby Dahlbeck had 2 and an RBI.
Yeah.
Like really, nobody showed up on the offensive side. JD
Oh,
had a
definitely.
cold game. Devers had a
Yeah,
cold game. It's gonna happen.
it's gonna happen. I mean, you can't win them all. We're coming off of 7 straight, and I think 7 straight series wins on top of that.
Exactly.
But like I always say, can't win them all.
Mm-hmm.
But the Red Sox are hot. They're gonna stay hot. Hopefully it's kind of like they could take a step back from this game and just kind of reassess where they're at. And hopefully tomorrow I think they're facing it slips my mind who they're facing tomorrow.
I can look.
It is Ross Stripling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ross Stripling. I feel like they have a good chance against him. I mean, he's not. It seems like he's doing okay with a 4-2 record, 3.08 ERA.
Mm-hmm.
But I do expect the Red Sox to come out banging tomorrow. And like I said, they don't have their firecracker at the top in Jaron Duran or even Enrique Hernandez.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kike is he on the IL?
yeah, he's still on the IL.
Yeah. Yeah, he's coming back though soon because I saw something about them needing to bring somebody else back down to Worcester. But
To all good old Worcester.
good old Worcester.
Yep.
Oh my God, I'll still never forget when they initially announced the logos as a laughing stock of a AAA organization.
Funny enough, for as big as a Red Sox fan as I am, I'm not too in tune with their lower level teams, their farm system as far as the teams are concerned. Where exactly Worcester is, where Salem is, where
okay,
Portland's.
let
I
me
mean,
ask you
because
this.
I'm
Hold
on the
on.
exact opposite side of the country.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But how often have you been up in the New England area? Never?
Never. I've never been as far as Las Vegas coming from SoCal.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
So just to let you know, Worcester is in like the southwest part of Massachusetts. It's about 40-minute drive
Okay.
from Boston. Just for the people who are listening, never date a girl from Worcester. All right. Been there, regretted it, moved on. Okay. Portland, about 45 miles up the coast, up Maine. Then Lowell, RIP. It's like literally 15 minutes outside of Boston. That was where I was.
Oh, okay.
Where I originally started to love baseball when I was like 4 or 5 years old. Mm-hmm. And then we have our Greensville, which is in North Carolina.
Okay.
And I feel like I'm forgetting one.
Salem?
Salem. Isn't Salem in Virginia?
Maybe.
Or is it in Mass? It's in one of the two. I can never remember with them. They're the
I think Virginia sounds right because I was kind of looking at some of their where the places are at earlier just to kind of always refresh my brain, because like I said, I'm on the exact opposite side of the country.
Yeah. And you've never been over this way?
Never.
Dude. Okay.
Yeah, so we're
the family.
The family and I we're hoping to plan something for next season to make our way out there, kind of like as a family thing, as a podcast group, because with the podcast group we our families we're pretty tight. So
yeah, it is in Virginia, by the way.
Okay.
But yeah, get the guys out there, get the family, go see a game.
Yep.
And Boston as a city, it's much better than New York. So much better than New York. But honestly, I'd prefer either Denver or Knoxville over Boston. Just kind of the way how it is. Even Nashville. Ever get to Nashville? Nashville's freaking gorgeous.
Nice.
But we got super off.
No worries.
Super off topic.
We go on tangents on our podcast all the time, man. You're good.
Oh, here too, especially when Adam's on, because he just has the dumbest opinions sometimes.
Is he Fumblerooski?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's the goon on the Fumblerooski podcast.
He was letting you have it last episode.
Hey, we don't talk about Adam, all right?
All right.
He's a brother to me, but I barely tolerate him. You know,
I completely understand.
how it will always be. Love the guy to death. But honestly, with how the Red Sox have started and where they're at now, I'm comparing them to basically almost any year from the Yankees. And it's just such a slow start. People are thinking, oh, they fell off. They kind of suck right now. They're not doing great. But then all of a sudden you hit late May, early June, and it's completely turned around. 19-4 before tonight's game, obviously, but
Right.
19-4 in our last 23. Just complete turnaround. And most of those games weren't even close. They're blowout wins on blowout wins. I can't think of the run differential in that time off the top of my head,
Yeah.
but it's been good. Like the bats have been going. We're top 10 in almost every statistical batting category
Yeah.
at this point. We're kicking
Yeah.
ass.
And I believe it's been since May 10th since Alex Cora shaved off the beard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's been ever since then. And I knew in the back of my brain, like, if he shaves his beard, it's gonna happen. He just needs to hurry up and do it. And sure
Yeah.
enough,
But
you know,
we've had some blowouts, like 16-3 versus the White Sox. That was before the run. It really got the worst when we lost to Baltimore 10-0. We don't talk about that. But then like
Baltimore. Yeah, Baltimore is to use a good word, they're the peskiest team in the American League East, in my opinion. Like every time we play them, I know it's going to be annoying.
They're going to take at least one. You can't sweep that.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. They're a pain in the ass.
But yeah, against Cincinnati 7-1, against Oakland 7-2, next day 8-0. Against Oakland again 10-1. Oakland sucks. Don't get me wrong, but
Dude, Oakland is the worst. So for those that don't know me, being on SoCal, I was able to go on a seven games, 7 days over here on the West Coast. So we went to the 3 games in Oakland and the 4 games in Anaheim against the Angels. A lot of fun.
that's exactly when the streak got turned around, wasn't it? Or was that a little bit before?
It was yeah, right around that time. Yeah, I mean it was right in the beginning of June. June 3rd was their first game in Oakland, and they had the game June 1st against Cincinnati, which they won that one. So, I mean they won so many games since then.
So yeah, you went right as the Red Sox started that winning streak of 19-4. Coincidence? Correct. I think not. I think Boswki just stepped in and handled it. All right,
hey man, I'll take it. I'll take it. That was the goal. You know, the Red Sox needed me, so decided to step up.
If only you could have been at any of the finals games down there in the Bay. But
yeah,
I guess it was a little too expensive. But you know, no
for
excuses.
sure. Yeah, I think I've only been to one basketball game in my life. I mean, I'm full blown baseball for those that don't know. Yeah,
I'm kind of a mix on both. As much as I love baseball, and baseball will always be my favorite sport, I know more about the players and about like the games that happen in the NBA just because there's less of them on each MLB roster. There's 26, soon to be 28 guys. On the NBA, there's only like 8 guys, 9 guys on each team. You really need to know.
Yeah, but either way, I mean, you're well versed in it, so you know that's always a good thing. You can have a conversation with any sports fan, really.
Exactly. What was the next thing I was going to talk about? If my laptop would load. See, this thing, like my laptop's old and it just doesn't keep up sometimes.
We got to start you a GoFundMe, man, and we'll send a DM to the fantasy group.
No, I've been getting my ass kicked in fantasy too. Like I'm so bad at keeping up with my lineup too, because especially with us being out here, some games, especially on the weekend, start at like 10 a.m., 11 a.m. for us. Sometimes even early, like 9 a.m. So I'll always wake up and I'll be like, shit, I forgot to change my lineup. You know? Well, but this year I started with such a terrible team because y'all had to make it when I was working. So I
right. You could blame our commissioner, which is my co-host. Oddly enough, I do the daily for the team, and he does the commissionering. You know, so he gets booed a lot, unfortunately. Yeah. But just real quick, oddly enough, since we're playing the Blue Jays, you have Kevin Gausman on your fantasy team.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, he got you a fat stack of 31 points against the boys.
I can't even be happy about that. You know, you have to stay tried and true to your team. You know, and that's why I hate people who are fantasy lovers over their team. I've
So
seen too many.
that's a tough one though, man. I mean, think about it. You're playing against the old Bridge Boys.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So
fuck those guys.
yeah, so it kind of for you it's a little different.
Yeah, you see, the Gone Bridge Boys and I have a history.
Yeah.
Right. I appreciate them. They're good boys, Clausen and the folks. I like them, Steve. But they, I had been at my podcast for like almost a year at this point with my co-host Ari at the time. Him and I were, making our way through few listeners here and there. Mm-hmm. These guys on their 4th episode just post a random clip to Reddit, gets noticed by Section 10. They get put on Section 10, and then their podcast blows up after 4 episodes.
It's wild, dude. It's mind blowing.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been able, fortunately, been able to not experience that with them, but like follow along with their journey and yours as well. I remember your co-host Ari.
Mm-hmm. Going himself. Need to get him back on soon.
No, yeah, definitely. It's always difficult doing it on your own, man. I completely get it. It's tough.
It's been a ride, but we're kind of getting back into it. I mean, this is this is the 2nd week in a row where I'm actually posting. It's a winning streak.
Definitely.
It's
life gets in the way. It gets in the way. You're adulting. You're doing a thing, man. You're living life.
Yeah, exactly. Starting a new career, all that fun stuff. Man, it sucks, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
Always, definitely. I mean, I got my kids screaming downstairs, crying, kicking and screaming. So I'm right there with you, man.
No, life gets in the way. I'm trying to. I'm basically making a commitment to it, though. And I said this for anyone that doesn't follow the Instagram, go follow it at Pesky Pole Podcast. But I said it on the Instagram. I'm giving it one more shot, and if it doesn't work, and I find myself, being inconsistent still, I'm pulling the plug. So I'm really making a conscious effort to stay on it at this point.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And the grind is real. So, just keep at it, man.
Oh, the grind's always real.
I mean, think about it. You've had Garrett Whitlock on your show. You've had who was the other guys? I mean, you've had several ball players on there, and much respect to that, man. I mean,
let me
doing
say
interviews.
This, all right. Mm-hmm. Just because you brought up Garrett Whitlock, I feel that there is a Pesky Pole Podcast curse. All right. Hear me out.
Okay.
Back in around Christmas of 2020, we just signed a guy. His name is Matt Andre East. I don't know if you remember him.
Vaguely.
So we just signed him. Sent a DM.
Okay.
Hey, congrats on being on the team. Can't wait to see what you do here. He DMs me back. Hey, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Can't wait to get to work with this team and see what we can do. My next message. Hey, if you got a little bit of time, I'd love to have you on the show. Introduce you to the Sox Nation and see what happens. Left my sorry ass on red.
Oof.
Yeah. He goes in that next season, does horribly. A week later, Garrett Whitlock at Roll 5 draft. Hey, Garrett, awesome to see you got selected. Can't wait to see what you do with the team. He messaged me back. Thanks. So excited to finally be up at the major leagues. Hey, if you got some time, I'd love to have you on the show. Yeah, I can do it. I mean, it was a quick interview, 20, 30 minutes.
Right.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then he goes 1.5 ERA. Crazy season. Message him after the year. Hey, I would love to get you back on and talk about how you had an awesome year and the Sox had an awesome year. Leaves my sorry ass on red. This year, he's not doing bad, but nowhere near as good as he was last year.
Right.
Small sample size.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a Pesky Pole Podcast curse.
It's kind of a reverse curse. Like you have to. So you have a Pesky Pole rub.
Yes.
So people need to come rub Pesky's pole.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So if you get a message from me and you don't even look at it, you're fine. If you read it and ignore it, you're gonna suck. That's all I'm gonna say. Nothing.
Yep. Moral of the story is rub that pole.
Yes. Okay. That could have been phrased a lot better, but
Hey, there you go.
Right.
Give you something to work with.
But yeah, we gotta get back into the Sox.
Yeah, definitely.
That was a real big talk point. But Chris Sale Haven't seen him up here in a minute. You know, he's slowly making his way back from the rib injury he suffered during spring training. Now, Chris Sale already went through one big injury last year and slowly made his way back. And obviously, we didn't see Chris Sale of old, but we saw a decent Chris Sale.
Yeah.
You know, still ace worthy, still great. Then he gets the rib injury, and now he's coming back slowly. He is scheduled to make a 3-inning rehab start in Portland on Thursday. He made 2 rehab starts in the Florida Complex League. I'm guessing that's rookie ball.
Yeah, I think so.
Because
I
that's
think
the
it's
only
rookie
one
ball.
we have up in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, throwing against rookies. Imagine
Yeah.
that. You're in rookie ball. All right, who we got? Okay, we got the Sox affiliate. That's sweet. You go on Twitter. Hey, Chris Sale's making his first rehab start in rookie ball.
Like, what? What do you mean I'm facing Chris Sale?
What do you mean? Like, that's got to be just the worst thing for minor
Yeah, it's
leaguers.
your first professional at bat. You're just rookie ball. You're barely getting your feet wet, and Chris Sale's on the bump. You're like, oh shit.
Yep, exactly. You're just like,
Imagine if you were a lefty, dude.
Oh, you're screwed. No,
You're
I'm sorry.
screwed.
You're going 0 for 2 in the 2 at bats you have to face against him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if you're lucky, you only have to face against him one time. It's only a 3-inning start. So if I'm on the opposing team, I'm walking up to coach. Hey, coach, can I see the lineup? Hey, you mind moving me down to like 7th just for tonight's game? You know, I mean, 3 innings. There's no way we get through the batting order twice against Chris Sale. So, I mean, just like 7th. All right, appreciate you. Yeah. You know, I wouldn't blame any minor leaguer, but yeah, it's looking like he's going to have a couple starts in Portland, and ETA for back up with the guys is All-Star break.
All-Star break. I think I saw the date. It's like roughly like July 15th or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Somewhere around there. So a couple more weeks without Chris Sale.
Mm-hmm.
Now let me ask you this, Boswki. With Chris Sale coming up, who should be sent down to the minor leagues / DFA'd, and why is it here Kazu Sawamura?
It's definitely Sawamura, man. Sawamura has good stuff, but unfortunately, he's just not effective, man.
No.
Not effective. He doesn't attack the strike zone, and with that, he struggles to throw strikes, man. And
He's
guys get on
34
base.
Also.
Yeah, I'd say maybe his durability is questionable. You know, and every time I've seen him, he's giving up runs, man. He gives up runs, and it's kind of a heart attack a little bit.
That's an understatement. Like through this year, let me find him. 0.296 ERA, so not as bad as we thought, but still, just basically meh throughout the year.
Yeah, I mean, nothing too impressive. I mean, like I said, he'll give up some walks. I mean, looking at his where's his walks? Sometimes the laptop. Well, shit, he's only given up 7 walks in the year in 24 innings. But I mean, in the back of my brain, I think I have last season in my head a lot. 32 walks and 53 innings. I mean, he was striking out guys too, so he was kind of like at a 2-to-1 strikeout ratio.
Yeah. Also, candidate Ryan Brazier. I've been saying this for 3 years now.
Yeah.
Get him out of our rotation. It's not that hard. I mean, he has a 4.3 ERA after 27 innings pitched, 13 runs given up. I've never been a Ryan Brazier fan. I'm sorry.
Again, he's saying like you don't know what you're gonna get out of him for that day because both of them, Sawamura and Brazier, they'll give you a good night and then they'll give you like 3 rough ones.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
How do you feel about our Lord and Savior, John Schreiber?
He's a goddamn stud.
He's like fucking stud.
He's a stud, man. He's this year's Whitlock.
Yes, 100%. Schreiber, get your ass on my show, please.
Yes, we had to tag him in your post.
Yeah, he hasn't seen it. Like he's posted on his story, but either he saw it and didn't like the post, or he just doesn't look at his mentions. Either way.
Yeah.
You know,
I would DM it to him, and he leaves you on red. That we know what's about to happen.
Yeah. If he leaves me on red, because I'll DM him like during the All-Star break when they have a little bit of time to rest and relax.
Yeah.
I'll email him at the start of the All-Star break and just be like, "Hey, come on the show." let's talk about it. Like how good you've been doing. And if I get left on red, I'm warning the masses. All right, 'cause it's not gonna be pretty, and I'm just warning everyone.
Yeah, you heard it here first. I mean, I actually picked him up for the fantasy team,
I should have.
and I mean he's got a .66 WHIP with a .79 ERA, dude. Like this he's a fucking stud, dude. And his arm action, his arm slot where he comes out, it's just it's nasty, dude. I don't, as a right-handed hitter, I don't know how I'd face that.
No, because he's throwing 94 to 96 on the fastball. He's got a good sinker that's hitting about 94. His slider drops down to about 82, and his slider is not doesn't have the most break that I've ever seen. Nowhere near like Chris Sale-esque slider, but his slider's still nasty.
Yeah, it plays well off of that fastball and the sinker.
Exactly, just because of the speed differential, the speed change. But can we also talk about Michael Wacha? Like
surprise of the season, big time.
As Adam said it best, the Red Sox took 3 pieces of shit, threw them at a wall, and 2 of them stuck.
Yeah,
it was John Schreiber and Michael Wacha, and Rich Hill to an extent.
To an extent, I mean, as 44-year-old Dick Mountain, you can't really expect too much out of him. But I mean, he's keeping the team in the game, giving them a chance to win every outing. Really, I mean, I could probably think of like 2 or 3 games that got hit pretty hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately,
but with Wacha, 6-1 on a 2.34 ERA. Dude's been just dealing. That's 65 innings pitched. Dude's just been going for it.
I love it, dude. I mean, I still remember him back in St. Louis in 2013 when we beat them.
Memories I have of him. And last year when he was on Tampa Bay, I went to a game early in the season, and the crowd was giving him so much shit. Oh my God. It was one of the greatest things I've ever heard. But we're all sitting there at our 10% capacity, right? Because this is early in the season. It's like 10% capacity for Fenway. And we're all just sitting there screaming at Michael Wacha. I had this one dude next to me who was yelling random things in different languages at the Tampa Bay players.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the guy, but he was weird.
Yeah, and I remember when we signed him, I want to say it was in November, right before the lockout.
Yeah.
We signed him, and in my head, I'm like, fuck, really? Like, we signed Michael fucking Wacha? But here we are. But here we are, man. I mean, you can thank the nerds up in the front office, because they see something, and some of those guys have worked with him when he was in Tampa. And I want to say that I heard somewhere that when Chaim Bloom came from Tampa Bay over to Boston, that in his contract it said something like he couldn't hire any of Tampa Bay's front office people for 2 years.
Yeah.
And those 2 years passed.
Exactly. So
those 2 years passed. So there's something there, dude. Like, I mean, I don't know anybody in the front office or anything like that, but I imagine that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah. So let's move on to talk about the Red Sox upcoming schedule, because with the All-Star break in the middle of the month, it's a little bit more of a relaxed month, but it's still crazy tough for us. First, we start off with the Cubs. Not the worst matchup ever. And then we have a 2-week stretch, or like 2.5-week stretch before and after the All-Star break, where it goes Rays, Yankees, Blue Jays, Guardians.
Oof.
And just so you know, on one of the Guardians games, it's the David Ortiz Hall of Fame ceremony.
Oh, wow.
So we better fucking win that game.
Oh yeah, we have to win that game. And I'm looking at like kind of further ahead on the schedule. I mean, we got Milwaukee at the end of July. They're no slouch. And after them, carrying into August, we have Houston, which is no slouch as well.
Exactly. But that 2.5-week stretch of, especially like right from the 4th to the 17th, 14 games in a row, no break, no days off.
Yeah.
Where we have Tampa, Yankees. That is put up or shut up right there.
Yep.
That's exactly what that is.
It's going to make or break our season. And then right after the All-Star break with Toronto, I mean, with us and those 3 teams, we're all in the playoffs right now as we speak. And that's predicted. There would be 4 teams from the East in the playoffs. And so, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, anything can happen, really. Like it could be the downfall of the Yankees, hopefully.
Right. But we went 19-4 in those 23 games. We only gained a half a game on the Yankees.
Yeah.
Just saying something.
Yeah, that's saying something for the Yankees, And I really thought a couple days ago that they got no hit. I really thought like, oh, this is they got no hit, combined no hitter by the Astros. It was on Saturday, and I'm crossing my fingers. I really hope it's the beginning of their downfall. But they came back with a walk-off win after getting no hit in the following game.
Yeah, and
for like 6 1/3, and it's crazy, dude. They went on a walk-off, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating to see.
100%. But the Astros are the only team to no hit the Yankees in the past 50 years.
Wow,
which is crazy. No other team has done it. The Astros did it in 2002, and then this year.
Yeah,
still so weird. But,
it is weird. How do you feel about the Astros? I mean, we all have our thoughts on them, right? After their team scandal and whatnot, but I mean, they were in the World Series again last year. They're a good team. They're a good baseball team.
They are
simple.
But I'll just never be a fan. I'll never support.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. But still got to respect a good team. Going into especially when you play them.
But just imagine in like 30 years, we're still going to be loving the game of baseball. Our kids, our grandkids are just going to be like, wait, why do we hate the Astros? Okay, let me bring you back to 2019. Like, far, far and away ago. We still hate them.
Yeah, I'll tell you a little story.
Exactly.
Show them the John Boy YouTube video.
John Boy Media.
Great stuff. Yeah, I still need to see their breakdown from that brawl. Yesterday.
Oh yeah. Oh, we gotta talk about that before I get on to my last thing. That big fight that happened. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think the suspensions were a little too harsh. In all honesty.
Really? Okay.
I thought they were a little too harsh.
They suspended the Spanish interpreter from the Angels.
Yeah, which is hilarious.
It's like, okay, but then again, like if he was like all up in the ruckus, why is he in the ruckus? Like,
why are you? Yeah, it's like asking the bullpen guys why they're ever in the ruckus. It's never like by 95% of the time. By the time the bullpen makes it out there, it's done. I mean, those motherfuckers are just getting cardio in at that point.
Yeah,
like they're not helping.
I guess I got to get out there.
Yeah, just bullpen. Sit in the bullpen, enjoy a beer, and watch what the rest of us are watching. Okay? There's no need, unless. Are you a WWE fan? You ever been a WWE fan?
I've never been, but growing up, I was. I'm fortunate enough to have watched WWF when it was still WWF. I fell off after maybe like 2002, 2003.
Okay.
So yeah.
So basically, think about it this way, and I'm not sure if you'll get this reference, but the next time I see a brawl and I see the bullpen running in, I need to see at least one bullpen guy just come in and just full on Batista spear somebody. It's exactly what I need to see. If I don't see that, just stop running in bullpen.
Is it the same as the Goldberg?
Yes,
Goldberg
that would have been
spear?
better.
Okay.
Goldberg spear.
Okay. I'm a little more relatable to that one, right?
Yes. Same
shit.
Person.
Gotcha. They're both football players, right?
Yeah. They basically look the same. Goldberg's still wrestling, actually, which is shocking.
That's wild.
Yeah, he's still going. But we're getting off topic. But yeah, what did you think? What did you think of the fight? Was it justified? Was it Jesse Winkler? Was that?
It was Jesse Winker. Big Wink is what I always call him. He wore it right in the ass.
Yes.
They didn't come at his head. It wasn't in the numbers. Like
you threw exactly where you needed to. Either middle back or right in the ass.
Yep.
That's it.
And he hit him right in the cheek. And I mean, he didn't take kindly to it. Kind of chirped a little bit. His manager started chirping too, like, "Hey, toss the pitcher." And then I don't know what was said that he just started charging the Angels dugout. Started walking over.
Like he charged them out. He charged the whole. 15 plus people that are sitting in the dugout. Like those people are ready to swing. He went in Was it Andrew McCutcheon that did that a couple of years ago, or somebody else on the
Um,
Pirates?
I think it was.
He just ran full onto the other team's dugout.
You're thinking. I think you're thinking of Amir Garrett.
The
Who went
Reds, yeah, it was
straight
the Reds.
the Reds straight into the Pirates dugout, and I don't know who he went after. He's just like, I'm going, and he went.
He's ready to fight all of them.
Yeah, and
So
he
that's
did.
why I saw the highlight, and I'm like, dude, I get it. You're hot headed, and you're just looking. All you see is red. But take 2 seconds and think. I'm going in 15 on 1. My teammates aren't there to back me up yet. I got a good 8 seconds where I'm on my own before the backup arrives, before the cavalry comes in. Will I be able to survive?
Yeah.
Somehow he did, but in all honesty, I think you have to take the approach of standing in the batter's box, go full Portland, or not Portland Sea Dogs, go Pawtucket Red Sox, kick the catcher straight in the head, and then charge the mound.
Yeah, I remember all that.
That's the way you got to do it. So that way you buy yourself a little bit of time. It's a one-on-one,
Yeah,
and you rock that way.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, maybe he was like, all right, I'm going to give my team a little time to come out here. So he kind of slow walked a little bit. And I think he went straight after Rendon, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Rendon had the broken hand or whatever. He had the hard cast on, but he went at Winker's face with the left hand instead of the hand with the cast. And I mean, shit, imagine. It could have been much worse.
If somebody's coming at me and I got a hard cast on, you best believe I'm using it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm using everything I got. I'll pull out the brass knuckles. I'll go full out.
Yeah, they'll definitely do. You have to. I mean, if somebody's coming at you, you got to defend yourself. It's pretty simple.
Mm-hmm. And I find it kind of, like I said, the suspensions were too much because from a fan's perspective, we need a good brawl every now and again.
Oh yeah,
like,
I love
it. It's just like in hockey, they have a brawl every, at least once a week. The dude's only getting penalized 5 minutes for it, but the rest of the guys know keep your distance. Let the two hash it out. It's not a team-on-team fight. It's a one-on-one. Right. So if we had that in baseball, I would not mind it at all. Let the pitcher and the batter go at it. Give them 30 seconds. Break them up.
Yeah.
Toss them both. That's it. Maybe a 1-game suspension.
Yeah, and it's understood, right? It's understood throughout the league, the commissioner's office and all that stuff, and everybody knows what's going to happen. Just let it happen, and then you break it up.
Exactly. That's how it should be. Football, not so much because there's 53 guys on each team and they're all padded. Mm-hmm. So football, you can kind of regulate those.
It's weird punching somebody in the helmet. I mean, I guess unless you like smack the helmet or whatever, but
or unless you Myles Garrett use it as a weapon.
Did that happen?
Yes. Oh, you're not a big football fan?
Not really, no.
So Myles Garrett, they're facing against the Steelers, and the quarterback for the Steelers was talking like mad shit because they were about to win, and then Myles Garrett just came over, started fighting him, ripped his helmet off, and then smacked him with his own helmet.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I'm curious if Myles Garrett and Amir Garrett are related.
That's a good question. Yeah, I'll find that out after.
I'm curious.
But we got one more thing we got to talk about, Red Sox related.
Okay.
There are rumors that the Red Sox are looking after one name to add to their bullpen, which is where we need help. Honestly, I think starter more than bullpen, but I don't mind getting another reliever. The guy used to play with the Red Sox way back when.
Oh, shit.
Any ideas?
Well, how far back?
2013.
Oh, shit. Dude, no idea. He was with the Sox in 2013?
Yes.
Oh. Give me a second. Maybe I can figure this out. 2013, dude. I have no idea. I mean, that was one of our World Series wins, championships in our lifetime, which I only count our lifetime. Jesus, yeah, I don't know, man.
So
2013. Okay, I got their roster right here. 2013, and we're looking at. Oh, I don't know, man. No idea.
So basically, this guy right now plays in Colorado.
Ah, gotcha.
You know who it is now?
Yeah, Daniel Bard.
Daniel Bard.
Yes, resurrected his career. Yep.
That's an understatement. Dude's freaking
Yeah.
37 years old. So we
Yeah.
could trade, bag of peanuts for him.
Mm-hmm.
But he's kicking ass right now. 1.88 ERA, 15 saves on the year, which will help us because we have 14 blown saves.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much the numbers changed since last week, but when Adam and I were talking, they had 14 blown saves with 26 opportunities.
Mm.
How the fuck do you do that? How do you
exactly
blow more saves than you actually save?
Yeah.
That's why I was just like, how
It's
in the
brutal,
hell is
man.
we're the only
Yeah.
team that could do that. I don't know how that's humanly possible.
Right. I mean, I would like that move. Just slot him right into the closer's role. What do you do with Whitlock when he comes back? I would imagine he's going to come back a little sooner than Chris Sale.
Mm-hmm.
And so that kind of creates a logjam with Rich Hill and potentially James Paxton when he comes back.
Yeah.
So what do you do with all these guys? Do you stick Whitlock back in the bullpen? Do you leave him as a starter?
Yes.
Personally, I like him in the bullpen.
You throw Whitlock back in the bullpen,
Mm-hmm.
you shut up, and you stop asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
That's simple.
Yeah,
Whitlock
that was always
is not a
that's always
starter.
been the answer. Mm-hmm.
If you look at any of Whitlock's starts, they don't go over 4 innings.
No.
Most of the time, it's a 4-inning start. So why is he not in the bullpen, either as the 8th inning setup man or the 9th inning closer, giving you a 1.4 ERA and completely dominating the last inning for you, so you can actually win some of these freaking 14 blown saves that you're giving up?
Yeah. And also, if you kind of look at his game logs, his strikeout numbers kind of would progressively go down with each start.
Yes.
Well, I mean that talks to his to the stuff that come. It just wasn't there. It wasn't there the way it is in the bullpen. And is it because he's like trying to reserve his energy for to go longer in the game, or because when you're relieving, you're going two innings tops.
Yeah.
If need be, which he was doing. He was doing like three innings, 3 inning saves or 3 innings of long relief.
Sometimes, but it wasn't every 5 days kind of thing. He was doing three innings. It was once in a great moon that he was doing 3 innings.
Right. I think it was like once every 3 to 4 days he was going 3 innings, kind of piggybacking off of Rich Hill.
Yeah.
Which I mean is a good formula, but then again, like some of those games were blown saves at the end of the game.
That's why. Just put him back, give him 1 inning. And I think it also has to do with, guys kind of seeing it the second time around.
Right.
You can set it up so that Whitlock, and they kind of did this last year, where you put Whitlock in when you were facing like the 6, 7, 8 or the 7, 8, 9 guys, and Whitlock would get you out of it. He wasn't really facing like the cream of the crop of the orders.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it was like a true save opportunity and Matt Barnes is going to suck, which happened often in the second half of the year. First half of the year, he was kicking ass. Second half, he sucked.
He got his contract and it was downhill from there. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, it was right before it started on the last game before the All-Star break. I believe we played Chicago, something like that. That was last year. And then after that, it was just like, oh, dude, fuck, like
mm-hmm.
it was a little frustrating. Yeah.
And
so quick question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do if say Whitlock does go back into the bullpen? Does he throw? Is he the 7th guy or is he the 8th inning guy behind Schreiber? Like, assuming we get Bard.
So if we get Bard, you put Bard as the closer.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Sale's coming back, so you put Whitlock back in the bullpen. You give Chris Sale his starting role back. Your starting guys should be Sale, Eovaldi, Pavetta, Hill, and Waka.
Yeah.
Paxton, I really don't know what to do with him, nor do I really care. He hasn't done too much so far. But if you put Paxton as a long reliever, I'm not complaining. But in the bullpen, if you have like even just these 4 guys of Houck, Schreiber, Whitlock, and Bard,
exactly.
And you just throw 3 randoms in there, or 2 or 3 randoms in there to just deal with the extras or the days we're facing against the fucking Pirates. or the Tigers,
Yeah.
you'll live,
Hmm.
right? And those other guys will just do blowouts. But those are
Well,
your main 9 guys of pitching.
exactly. And well, with Hauk, Whitlock, Schreiber, and potentially Bard, they're all kind of similar pitchers, power righties with nasty shit. I mean, you just throw them all one inning back to back. You have your starters go at least 6. And
Uh,
if you can afford a 7th inning with the Evaldi and Pavetta, I mean, shit,
yeah,
it's a good formula, but it's righty heavy.
we do need
You
a
know,
lefty. If we could get a lefty in there
yeah.
to really control.
Uh, Matt Strom's looking pretty good.
Strom hasn't been bad. I
Yeah,
haven't mentioned him in a while, but Matt Strom, give him a little bit of respect. Not doing great, but serviceable. Beautiful
Yeah, let me
hair
see.
though. Beautiful.
the flow's pretty hot, right?
The flow is gorgeous. All right, one
Yeah,
of the best on
definitely.
the team.
Yeah. Does he have the best flow on the Sox?
Nobody
Potentially,
else
right?
comes to mind of has that good of a flow.
Yeah.
I
Let me
mean,
see. I'm looking at his numbers. 1.15 WHIP. I mean, he's not serviceable, as you said.
serviceable.
Yeah.
But we run a little bit long. We do got to wrap it up. Boswki, plug yourself real quick and then say what you got to say to the Pesky Pole Nation.
Well, follow us at Sunday League the podcast, all podcast platforms. Also, you can check me out at It's Soxy Time, the Red Sox podcast. We got a YouTube channel for some content. Get to know us a little bit. I'm dabbling a little bit in the baseball cards right now. Yeah, so I'm very new to all. I mean, I have my old cards from when I was younger, but getting in because it's a whole new world now, right?
I got
The
like
baseball world.
3,000 cards between from like the 90s till now. I have like 3,000 plus at this point.
Yeah, dude, I got a ton too. It's crazy. I'm still trying to organize everything, man. Like I don't know what to do with it, but it's fun. Kind of documenting it on the YouTube. So go check that out. Yeah, and check us out. And we on the podcast on Sunday the podcast we talk about our World Podcast Classic Fantasy League, which includes 16 different podcasts throughout all of baseball. Really, it's only baseball podcasts. Rob, you guys are in it.
Yeah.
Pesky Pole podcast. And I mean, I got much else to say, man. Appreciate you having me on, and shout out to the Pesky Pole Nation.
Oh,
Goons
out there.
Yeah, definitely. I love it, man. The PPP, Pesky Pole podcast. I love it. Never missed an episode.
Mm-hmm. Once again, I'm shocked that the name wasn't taken when I originally thought of it.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody took it a week after we put out our first episode, which was hilarious. But technically, we put out a video first. We got
that's all that matters. That's all that matters. I know there's similarly named podcasts out there, but not quite.
Yeah, there's like the Pesky Pole Report I've seen. The other Pesky Pole podcast ended up quitting after like 5 months.
Yeah, they were.
Hey, podcasts.
Hey, you bullied them out. That's all that matters.
Exactly. Took them out. They saw we got a couple guests on our show, and they were running for the hills.
Yeah, definitely.
But we do have to call it wrap. Oh, before we do, you saw that reel I posted of the Celtics, right? And like I got pissed at the finals game, and that video like freaking blew up.
Interesting. Yeah.
Like it
was it like it was like 204-20, right? Something like that. The final score.
So we got what was it? The video now has like 35,000 plays on it.
Wow.
And like 2,500 plus likes, and I'm just thinking, because at first when the game happened, it got like no likes or no views at all, and then just like the past 3 days, it's gotten like 20,000 plays. Jeez, I won't understand how.
It's kind of mind blowing. It's like, well, how many people come across this? Like, why is it so easy to come across, right?
Exactly. So we're gonna wait about a week, and then John Schreiber's gonna blow up.
Yeah.
I have the hype video about that. That video,
nice. Yeah.
Keep
tag him in that video.
Yes.
Just keep tagging him.
Mm-hmm. The people that are out there, go check out the Instagram and tag John Schreiber in that video, because I need that dude on the podcast. But
Definitely.
that video got blocked in 71 different countries.
Did it really?
Yes, because of the music. Right after I
What-
posted it, I got this long ass list of countries that I was blocked in, and I'm scrolling through. I'm like, okay, I'm good in the U.S. Okay, good. That's all I care about. Because the
Man,
U.S. and Canada.
we randomly get videos blocked from like 2 years ago, man. It's like, really, at this point, who cares? It has like 20 likes. It's nothing,
Yeah,
you know.
and then it's some of them I'll just get blocked for like random reasons. Like way back when I started, I got one of my episodes blocked. It's like episode 6. Ari and I were ranking first baseman at the time before 2020 season. And I got blocked for using a 6-second clip of, I think it was, I can't remember who I was using a clip of, but it was a 6-second clip, and the MLB themselves blocked it.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
It was so dumb. The video has like 7 views. I'm not making any money off it. Like, Jesus Christ, let me live.
You know who it was? It was that old pesky poll podcast that they reported you.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what happened.
they
That's definitely what happened.
I got pissed. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. It means a lot. 91 episodes in. But like Boswki said, go check out the Sunday League podcast. And it's Soxy time. God bless you guys. See you next time.
It's the calm before the storm. Things aren't as they were before. You best start bracing. Did you think you could keep us out? Shut the gates, forget us now. The tides are changing. Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution. Can you hear the sound? Ground beneath your feet, with a whisper in the trees. Do you feel us watching? Hunger in our eyes, victories on our minds. It's our time to rise. Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution. Can you hear the sound? Back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution.